Welcome back to The Good Talk, our post-game recap and Q&A show where we discuss the game that we just played and answer all your burning questions, both Warhammer and otherwise. We just came out of a fantastic game, which we will spoil, so if you haven't seen it, go ahead and head out of here and get out of here.
Scram!
Scram, skedaddle! Anyways, we played the Astra Militarum versus the Adeptus Mechanicus. It was an awesome game, huh, John?
Dude, it was super fun. I got to play my Basilisk, got to shoot a lot of things. A lot of things died, and yeah.
The first thing you said is, I got to play my Basilisk, and I love that.
That's the highlight for me. I love just shooting the huge Earthshaker cannon and killing stuff.
Yeah, that was one of your goals in making this list. The first thing was like, I want to do the big guns.
Yeah.
We're going to roll them all out. Let's do this. And I think you did a really good job of that, honestly. This is, there's a lot of potential going into these modern armies. They're more efficient, they're faster, that you can just get, your whole line can get touched. And you just can't back out, or if you can't, you're not shooting. And you did a really good job of screening them out continuously throughout the whole game.
Yeah. Thank you.
You know? Yeah. You literally did not get tagged until the Manticore ran out of bullets.
At which point,
he just like...
It was the only thing that wasn't tagged.
Right, yeah.
It all fell apart in the end there.
Yeah.
But no, we lasted a while. We got to kill a lot of things. I mean, you literally had the ambulance.
Yeah.
And like dragoons, really.
That's so funny.
So yeah, it was super fun. Great opponents. MVP for yourself?
Ooh, I can't say the ambulance, I guess. Can I?
You could.
The ambulance was pretty clutch.
Hey, it weathered also 2 Basilisks with overlapping fields of fire.
Well, I thought we were saying impressive things, but okay.
The infiltrators that held down a tank commander, they just dogpiled him.
Yeah.
And they just held him down. They didn't hurt him.
No.
They just held him down and
They're
said,
real gentle.
Calm down, dude. Calm down. They de-escalated the situation.
It's gonna be fun.
It's funny
because when you're
he was like wilding with his like bolters and killed like 2 guys, and then he kind of settled down into his role.
Yeah.
And like, okay.
I was a little nervous because he does have the heavy bolter. But I was pleased that he wasn't the other guy, ironically. The one that I could tag was the one with only 1 heavy bolter. The one I couldn't tag was the one that could actually shoot his way out.
The last thing I dropped was those sponsons.
Oh, really?
Darn it.
Well, they make them really expensive, but
do.
they do give you that breakout, which is important.
Yep.
I think it's a little weird that Guard pay as much for heavy bolters as Space Marines.
Yeah, that doesn't seem reasonable.
It doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't feel right, but what are you going to do?
But look, when they're 5 points for you?
Sorry, the heavy bolters?
Yeah.
No, they're 30 for sponsons.
Yeah.
It's the
10 each?
The top one is 5?
30 each. No.
No, 30 for both.
Okay.
Oh,
15
right.
sponsons.
15.
Yeah, so 15.
Yeah, that's too much.
But the one on top, like the gunner is 5, I believe.
Right.
The hull mounted.
It's down below. Yeah.
You kept saying on top. There is no pintle mounted weapon on any Lehman.
Yeah, it's in the
Oh no,
front.
you're right. I just don't know what pintle means.
Pintle is the if it can
type
do
of
this,
horse.
if you can rotate it up and down, so you have this and then also this. That's
Yeah.
the pintle is the thing that lets it do that.
But the front of his turret does that too.
The hull mount doesn't.
Not on this one, but the regular battle cannon model, you can go. Bloop, bloop.
Turrets can do that. Modern turrets can. I think the pintle is the name of the U that with the, the thing that it swivels on. I think that's a pintle.
Interesting.
And it is mounted on the pintle.
Yeah.
I think, Jack, correct me, people who know a lot more about military than I do.
The more you know.
I think that swivelly, the U that lets you swivel it,
Right.
I think that's the pintle.
Okay.
But I could just be making that up.
I only know it from Warhammer. I'm like, I know that word, but I don't know what it is, right?
Right.
I just know that's the thing.
But the hull mount is under the turret,
Yeah.
and then the sponsons are on the side.
Yeah.
I think it should be mandatory that they have all sponsons all the time, because it's just the coolest way to play tanks.
It is. Well, it's also a pain to like attach them, unattach them.
Right.
No,
just have them on all the time.
Yeah. And
You can always add more sponsons to a tank. It's not like we're making your tank unplayable. We're
Yeah.
saying glue on some sponsons,
unlimited sponsons, please. Well, it's worse with Brian's too because he didn't magnetize them. He's like, oh, it's fine. They fit. We've lost
They
like
don't.
most of them.
They fall off so
They
easily.
fall out immediately.
You just touch them. Anyways, so those guys were awesome. I don't know if they're my MVP, but I don't know. I will say I was super happy with Investigate Signals.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to keep an eye on that secondary when it's one that's not always possible, but when it comes up, it can be very, very strong. Like this was pretty much guaranteed. I messed it up at the very end, but if I played it well, then it was just like 15 points right there.
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, it's almost kind of a trap sometimes for your opponent because they'll try to stop you,
Right.
but they need to survive
and they need to survive and or cover the entire middle point.
Right.
And
It's just not feasible.
it's not feasible. Like I knew I wanted to reach the back line, but also reaching the middle was very important in this mission. So I was really happy about that. But MVP wise, do you have one?
Oh, I think by far the Basilisk.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 1 damage every time,
Love it.
Basilisk.
Oh my god, that was so crazy.
All right, fine. It was the tank commander,
He was a
the
beast.
one with the relic, and the Sponsons.
Yeah.
He was just amazing. He literally led the charge. He would start every turn with just destroying a unit.
Yeah.
And it was so great.
And he was the only thing that could cut through the wall that was the Dragoons.
Yes.
Which again, you did a great job screening me out. So they didn't get to do that much.
Yeah.
Ultimately, they killed guardsmen and like a couple of chimeras. But once they finally broke through, he's like, okay, I'll do it myself, and then just nailed them. You know.
And the only time I didn't totally wipe the squad at the 4th turn there,
Yeah.
or maybe the 4th turn is when I didn't have CP to like really buff them up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The strats for guard are so good now.
They're great.
I mean,
good.
it's funny. The book is like 6 years old, but they just kept adding to it.
Yeah.
There's like how many expansions to the guard book?
It's
Most of
pretty
them
wild.
aren't even legitimately over half the books that were printed for guard aren't legal anymore.
Yeah.
Just from like
Yeah.
the expansions on this book, over half of them are not legal.
100%. Yeah, because that's right. You're still using Psychic Awakening too, huh?
Yep.
Did they reprint some of that? Oh my
Yep,
gosh.
yep.
It's
And then after Psychic Awakening, they got even more stuff. They got the Cadia supplement.
Cadia supplement.
And then they have
great.
a secondary that's just in
Oh
the
yeah.
Nakmun GT pack.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's just like there's so many books. But before 9th, how many guard expansions were there? There were
Well, there was all
at
of the
least 2 campaigns.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
There was like the
campaigns.
specialist attachments or whatever you could
Right.
do.
Yeah,
Right.
with Vigilist.
Yeah.
The
But it
Forge
was
of Book
pre-Vigilus. It was what was it called back then?
Vigilus.
What were the campaigns called back then? We used to know this. Also, you know what?
It was too long.
Blew my mind halfway
Yeah.
through this game. I remembered. I had a flashback. You know when you get jolted, like like it embodies you.
Mostly, yeah.
I remembered 8th edition. Every unit used to always Overwatch,
yeah.
and I was like, in the moment, I was like, well, that would be so good if he got Overwatch. Like incidentally, if he could just hit on 6s every
Right.
time he got charged.
right.
And I was like, wait,
That's right.
hold on.
We've been here before.
Right.
That was totally normal back then.
It was normal, and it was such a waste of time.
Yeah.
It was impactful, but it was just so much extra time.
It was a lot of time.
Oh
And you would
my
account
God.
for it for every charge you would do.
You're like, I'm charging Grotz. You're like, I want to roll. I'm like,
Not really.
not really. Technically, you have to. Oh. Yeah, wild times. Well, it was a great game. Super happy with the balance of everything. And look, if you guys have any more questions about it, let us know. We'll be here for a little while.
This is not pre-recorded. Jack the... I can't see it.
That's right, Jack.
Some kind of a lord. It's not
see you.
pre-recorded. Talking to
don't-
you.
We don't know your name, but we know that you're here.
There's a camera right
Jack, we're
between
calling
me
you
and-
out.
Jack.
Right between me and Jack.
It says Jack the Ripper. Huh.
The
The Oob Lord, I think, is what it says.
Yeah. You.
Hey, Jack.
Hey.
Not pre-recorded. Anyway, thanks, Moon Saint. Evening Titans. Nurgle has blessed us with a tiny Nurgling today. And while we're chilling in recovery, I was hoping you give a shout out to my new son, Tobias. Congrats, Moon
up,
Saint.
Tobias?
And what's up, Tobias? Welcome.
Hey-oh.
Welcome to this crazy world we live in.
Welcome to real space.
Oh, I like it. Welcome.
He's been birthed from the warp.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
That's great. I love it.
If you were to have a child with Mel,
Yeah.
while she was recovering in the hospital, would
Yeah.
you be watching like 40K?
Well, if I was in the hospital too, yeah. I wouldn't like leave. You know what I'm saying?
But you would,
just to be
just
clear.
like Moon Saint, you'd be on your phone like.
Oh,
you'd be
100%.
watching.
Be like, hey,
Okay,
guess what just happened? I got a new Nerdling. And be like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, congrats, me insane. That's
Dedication.
special day, special day.
Thanks, Amsterdam. Hey Titans, looking to make super muddy bases. What texture paint do you use, and do you use a special kind of texture paint? Also, what is the process? Paint, wash, dry brush for bolt action armor.
Whoa.
Oh, I like it. Okay, I got you. What you need to get is your AK basing material. They come in these little pots. I like Muddy Ground, and they're amazing. They're really well priced. You get a pot of like this much of GW, and for twice the price, you'll get about 6 times as much.
Right.
It's way
And it's honestly probably better stuff.
better, I'll be honest. It's really easy to use. I use a brush. I honestly use a brush that is not like the nicest, just cause I wash it all off and the brush is probably fine, but I just get it, and it's like a paste, but it's much more, it's way easier to use than any of the GW basing materials, which are horrible to use, and I love GW, but I gotta be real with this. It's just way better, and it's easy. I paint over it usually, but the muddy ground comes in like a nice dark earth, so you could also just use it, frankly.
Just use it like that. And if you're doing for like a historical like bolt action, I can't imagine trying to put like tank tracks or like wheel treads through GW product.
No.
I think, but the AK stuff is designed for both historicals and the fun games.
Yeah.
So, like you could put tank tracks or something through the AK stuff, and I'm sure there's like instructions on how to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you, Adam, painting my CSM Iron Warriors for Crusade event, raising money for Ukraine.
Oh,
awesome.
Very nice,
Refugees
very nice.
this weekend. I'm a team lead, and I need to pick matchups for my team apart from lore. What are fun games for different codexes?
Okay. Very broad question.
Yeah. I was
Picking
gonna say, like, where do we
matchups.
start?
We know that one of them is Iron Warriors.
Well, I don't think he's asking how to pick matchups. I think he's just saying what are fun picking matchups, because I think this is for a team event. A Crusade event. I don't even know what that means.
It could be like a season of Crusade in like his local, like.
No, it's
store.
just one weekend.
Oh.
It's like a
this
it's like a
weekend.
tournament, but it's a Crusade.
Oh.
I don't know.
You can't possibly fit.
Yeah, I think it's just broad.
It's just a broad
strokes on
what to look out
cool
for.
army matchups.
Yeah.
Things like that. And how do we balance, right? So today, we had some balancing to do. Obviously, we had a very modern codex and a very ancient codex, and I don't know that you're going to be able to adjust lists at the time. That's probably not what's going to happen. But you can take some of the same principles, especially in things like terrain and stuff like that. So I think, like for example, guard could be very easy if we had a very open map for me to just tag everything. So we need to make sure that we're playing on a map that has ways that John could try to block off, ways that I could try to break through, and you're sort of looking for those pitfalls and trying to avoid them on both sides to make an interesting game. It's not necessarily about making it better or worse for a given side, although that's part of it. It's more about what's going to make for the most interesting kind of potential and the smallest potential for a blowout.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't know. What are some actually cool matchups though? Like
Necrons, Zach would say.
No, you literally tried to sell that.
What I would add to the whole balance thing is a couple of outliers notwithstanding.
Yeah.
40K 9th edition has been pretty generational in terms of like if you take a book that was published within a few months of another book, it's probably a good matchup.
Yeah.
Probably like a reasonable game.
That's a good point.
There are a few outliers where like Drukhari punch above their weight.
Sure.
But they're not like punching crazy above their weight. They're not like beating the new Eldar or Custodes and stuff. So like I think generally grouping people based off of when their codex was written.
But that's like
rule of thumb.
Now that's like a grander matchup where it's like faction, because obviously if you're in a crusade, your team is the same faction, right? Is that?
Oh, I don't know. Like, I mean, they could be running it.
I guess the last crusade I played was faction based, and so then you're for sure playing all the different, like you said, like time slots that those codexes came out.
You
right?
can't sort it by that.
You can't really sort it by
I see.
that. Yeah,
that's a good point.
But yeah, you're right. If he's able to have multiple factions on the same team, then yeah, definitely try to do that. Cool codexes to go against each other. I think Guard and Chaos are pretty cool.
Guard and everything is cool.
Guard is cool.
Yeah.
Like Guard are the quintessential punching bag for every faction. Where it's like Guard and Orcs. Everybody loves to play against Guard and Orcs.
Yeah.
Because you get to pick up their models and that feels good.
Yeah.
Even if it's a close game or even if the Guard or Orc player is winning, like it just feels good to play against, I will amend, traditional Orcs. This recent, like, super shooty, I only have 15 models in my army version of Orcs doesn't have the same feeling if I get to pick up all their models and it feels good.
You pick up your models.
You pick up your models.
And they feel good.
And it feels really bad.
I'm trying to think of just general matchups.
I think
I'm like looking at the
I
armies.
like how you need to see, like, we're looking at the armies.
I was
like,
looking at them, and then I was like, you guys turned off the lights
Yeah,
when
I
I
turned
left
off
the
the
room. I
lights,
was like,
yeah.
did something happen to the lights? Anyways, I feel like those matchups that we keep coming back, we're like, we love this matchup. It's awesome. Like,
I know.
what are those matchups?
I want to say Drukhari and like Admech, but now it would have to be a very toned down Drukhari.
Well, I don't know. Generationally, those are in the same, you know.
I know, exactly. Yeah,
but
again, to your
Drukhari
point.
punches above its weight. I think that's the...
Yeah, it's still
Drukhari's one of those outliers.
Yeah. I think it can be good, especially in Crusade.
Yeah.
I think so personally. So there's one.
Let's try to do
Space
three.
Marines and other Space Marines.
Oh, I like it. But I also would suggest Space Marines versus fighty orcs is super cool.
Okay.
Like Goths and stuff. Not shooty orcs. Definitely
Not shooty orcs.
not that.
If somebody comes to your crusade and they're playing shooty orcs, you show them the door. You tell them, get
It
out.
turns out they're like Goths or something.
Yeah. Show be like, hey, that's the door. If you feel in danger, that's where you need to go. Yeah, I don't know.
What about Tyranids and something? What do we play Tyranids a lot? What's a good matchup for them currently?
Currently, good mega. Well, here's the thing: you're not really doing Crusher in Crusade, are you? Right?
Probably
I
not.
should hope not.
So you're playing very different games suddenly.
Yeah.
Traditionally, Tyranid Guard was a fun game
Yeah, it was.
because it was actually like they were very similarly power level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, that book is old. Those books are old.
they're so old.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Tyranid Space Marines can be a good game too. It's weird though because like it's really gonna depend on what the Tyranid list is bringing.
Yeah. Honestly.
'Cause-
Yeah, if you lean on like a very well balanced Leviathan Tyranid list, where you have like a lot of swarm units, a lot of MSU, not a lot of MSU, but like a lot of horde, I mean, and then a lot of big stuff. Craft rolls could feel kind of cool.
Oh
Like
yeah,
a nice craft roll.
modern.
How many
yeah,
Hive Guard
for
are we
sure.
talking here?
Probably one unit.
1 unit of 6?
I think that's totally fine.
You think Craft
And-
Roll can hang with that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, like as in they'll get mulched?
I don't know. I mean, like double shooting
Yeah, that's
Hive
really
Guard
good. That's definitely the stronger
will
unit.
kill 2 Eldar units every turn
turn.
for the whole game.
Yeah.
we
it's a big
did
deal.
we did this game.
But then there's also a ton of shuriken that's gonna clear every horde
It's true.
unit.
Maybe it is a cool game.
Night spinners.
And there's also
Ooh,
Doom,
Night Spinners.
really good at killing
Didn't the Night Spinner die immediately
monsters.
in that game? And then it was just the
'Cause they
D
had to die.
cannons. It was the D cannons that were.
Dang D cannons. The Shadow Weavers. Or were they D cannons? No, they weren't D cannons. Not that game. D
He
cannons
was
was
playing
against.
only Craft Worlds. It was the D cannon
What
platforms.
was this?
The Shadow Weavers,
I
the
do not
Weavers.
remember this game at all.
Oh, it was the
was
the
Hive
Night
Mind.
Spinner, but on a platform. Same gun, different
Oh,
platform,
yes,
and I was
Hive
like,
Mind,
why does
right.
the gun change
Which is
when it's
not
on
a
a
D
different
cannon.
platform?
Yeah. The
It wa-
D
yeah, it
cannon
wasn't
was
D
when he
cannon.
was playing Wraiths against my
Yeah,
Necrons.
yeah.
That was real scary. That was rude.
Well,
Anyways, there we go.
hope that answered your question.
It was a very difficult question. So there
And
you
have
go.
fun.
Yeah, have fun,
and
Adam.
You're doing good work.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Thanks, Connor. Hey, Titans. You guys are awesome. That custom Techno Archaeologist with the servitor bits is beautiful. Too bad they suck. I love them too. Super excited for the BAO. It's Death Guard Demons, 3 Plague Bush Crawler, 2 Defilers, 2 Haulers, 3 Drones, 2 Demon Princes,
Oh,
and Epidemias.
yeah.
I love it. That's a
Oh,
wow.
Plague Cat. 2 Malefic Plague Casters and a Demon Prince. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's a cool list. That's
That's
the
awesome.
Epidemias list. Yeah, yeah.
It's Epidemius, but like even further.
yeah.
We saw Mortarion for a while. We were running it with 6 troops. It's a lot. And this just says, you know what? Neither of those, more demon engines.
More.
Yeah.
And in some ways, it's way, way cooler.
It's more all in. I like it.
I love it. That's
It's a
awesome.
lot. It's a lot. Jeez,
Hope to see you there, Connor. Definitely come by and say hi.
for sure.
Yeah, I think because that's Zach had said maybe I'm spoiling something, and now that I'm going to say it, we have to do it. So strap
You're
in.
committed, yeah.
The Bob's Burger movie is coming out. Adrian, you don't have to go. It's okay. But the
Yeah,
Bob's
no,
Burger
no,
movie
Zach
is
knows
releasing
not to include me on this.
like that weekend or something. So I think we're gonna take people to go see the Bob's Burger movie.
That's not fun.
I think. I'm not really sure the details of this.
Yeah, yeah.
And you have to hold Zach accountable for this, not me. Because it was his idea, he's planning it, I will attend, but it was his idea.
He like mentioned it for like 2 seconds and then like
No, it's gonna
and
happen.
then Bridger like all ends it.
Yeah,
gonna happen.
Yeah, enjoy. Look, yeah, speaking of which, if you're a member, we're definitely going to be doing a meetup there if you're a Emperor.
It's going to be fun.
So it's a good time to become an Emperor.
It's going to be cool.
Emperor.
Thank you, Evan.
What's up, Evan?
Blood Angels are red. Ultramarines are blue. Primaris have 2 wounds. Now Chaos does too.
Yay!
Oh, it's a happy one.
Hoping to get a game in on this, my birthday weekend. 7.
7. Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, dude.
Birthday!
Birthday.
That's
hey,
awesome.
Don't get ahead of yourself, though. Chaos doesn't yet have 2 wounds.
It's a coming.
Let's calm down. They don't have 2 wounds yet.
You know where they're getting 2 wounds? In the new Horse Heresy game, probably.
2025.
They're like, yeah, Horse Heresy 2 wounds.
That would be crazy.
That'd be hilarious.
If all heretics had 2 wounds, and all
But remember,
loyalists only had 1.
in 7th edition, there's instant death. So,
That's
just need
true.
all strength 8 guns. Were plasma strength 8 back in the day?
Dude, I didn't even play in 7th. You're asking the wrong person.
True. That's true. Yeah. Anyways, have a great birthday, and we're super excited for that too.
Yeah, happy birthday, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you, Magnus. What up, fam?
Yup.
Been thinking, what is the best lunch and 3 a.m. sandwich to make? Like one you can throw together on some potato bread and random fridge cabinet items. Does PB&J make me super normie and American? No, I think that is the perfect answer. It's quick to put together. You don't even need a plate. You probably need a napkin because
Yeah.
you need the napkin to clean up your hands afterwards.
Yeah.
Which doubles as a plate for the
Wait,
PB&J.
why are your hands getting
Because you get
dirty?
jelly. You get jelly hands.
right? Why? How are you applying this jelly?
No, it's not the application. It's the
Look, I like where Bridger's at. He doesn't want to clean the knife after using it, so he just
paper
like,
towel.
Yeah, I get it. You're
No,
saving
the
in some
jelly
ways.
soaks through some breads. Depending on the jelly
You
and the
get some
bread,
good
it
bread.
soaks through,
Yeah.
and then by holding the sandwich, your hand gets jellied.
Oh my god.
This happens to me sometimes.
What? I want to a camera
saying.
in your house.
Just
You're
saying.
just like, oh, no, now they're stuck.
he just goes to sleep with it, just like
Yeah.
with jelly hands.
He puts oven mitts on them so they won't get in the bed. But now he's like a hand with oven mitts that he wakes up to.
I think PB&J is the perfect sandwich.
That's a pretty good
Yeah.
answer, unless you're allergic to nuts.
You don't have to like clean any vegetables.
If you're
Mel's allergic to nuts, and so I've gotten. Wait, what did you say?
Like lettuce and tomatoes. Like you have to like clean the lettuce.
That's part of a sandwich.
Yeah. Which is like part of like the major process.
Once you're going to all the lengths of getting out lettuce, cutting tomatoes,
Uh-huh.
you have to put lunch meat on that sandwich.
well, yeah,
and you have to put cheese on that
yeah,
sandwich.
but those are the easier of the.
Oh, sure,
the
sure.
process.
Okay, I understand.
The veggies are.
The veggies are the hardest
thing.
part, and why I
Yeah.
mentioned them.
Okay, I
Yeah.
agree.
Because that's the alternative of
Yeah.
like
too much
something
work,
like a PB&J.
Yeah, I have done on numerous occasions. It's just like whatever meat it is with mayo, just in bread.
Oh my god.
Gets the job done.
It's not the ideal sandwich, but it is
Yeah.
a nice middle ground.
It's
Another
not bad
nice
if
middle
like
ground.
bologna is pretty good with just mayo.
Yeah.
Are you going to say the middle ground I'm thinking?
Nutella.
Oh, no, but that is good. Nutella on bread is good.
Also not good if you're allergic to nuts, but
True. I was going to say grilled cheese is a nice middle ground sandwich. Somewhere between cutting vegetables and a PB&J is a grilled cheese.
but I feel like the time to actually cook and grill a grilled
Grilled
cheese
cheese?
makes it more work than veggies, than like washing some veggies. Unless you have a toaster oven. In which
The
case it
time,
does.
the
John has a
time is
toaster oven.
the time is longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, toaster oven really easy to use. Time is longer, but
Yeah.
the level of effort, I feel like it's
Yeah?
smaller. You just throw some cheese on. You're not like cutting vegetables, you know?
But you're cutting cheese.
Oh, well, if you're fancy.
No, you're not cutting cheese. You have Kraft singles.
Oh my god.
I'm thinking of
Hold on.
Kraft.
This is a
Ew.
classic American grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh,
Cutting
so
cheese.
gross.
Adrian, what?
Oh no! You know you have like your block of cheese,
Uh-huh.
and you slice them nicely.
No, because I'm not. Now,
That's
I'm
oh.
cutting things again. So already, I might as well just make a real sandwich.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
And I have to wash something now.
I agree. That's why I said
He's
this.
not even using a knife for his PB&J.
I know. How are you cutting the
The
cheese?
PB&J is a butter knife. And the only use of butter knives
Yeah.
is to make PB&Js.
You can cut cheese with a butter knife. It's just a lot of work.
No.
You have to be like
No.
for like 2 minutes.
You go and get a wire cutter for that cheese.
a wire. Well, now you're just trying to make it more work on purpose.
No, that's so much less work than using a butter knife to cut cheese.
Oh my god.
You just slide the thing through
I
it.
agree, that this is too much work, which is why I don't think it's in this category. And I think craft slices of cheese on bread just is so.
Look what you did,
That's not
Magnus.
even a sandwich at that point.
Not a sandwich.
It's not a sandwich. You've like, what's the opposite of transcend? You've descended away from sandwichhood. And I don't even like sandwiches, so that bar's pretty low.
If we're taking this to its basest form, the easiest, most rudimentary is you don't even cook it on a stove, you microwave it. Yeah, think about that one. Give that a think.
Do you microwave your taquitos? Do you eat taquitos?
I haven't eaten taquitos in a very long time.
Yeah.
I used to though.
But when you did,
That's
what did you do?
Oh yeah, I microwaved it.
that's a convection oven deal right there.
Yeah, you got to do the oven, otherwise you just don't eat it. I'd rather starve.
There was a period where I was like discovering that all the frozen foods could be prepared in the oven,
And they were way better.
and I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy!" And then over time, it eroded away, and I was like,
So is it like a?
Nah.
It's like a soggy taquito then. It's like
It's
no
very
crunch,
soggy
huh?
if you microwave
it's
it.
soggy,
crunch.
It's the worst part of it.
"But
all.
it's like frozen corn dogs. Like you're not buying frozen taquitos because they're good. You're buying them because they're easy."
No, if you do them in the oven.
Dude, I even do corn dogs in the oven.
Yeah, dude. Actually,
it's
what you
like-
do with taquito is you get the taquito,
The point.
and then you sour cream, and then you have slices of cheese, which you slice.
Jesus, no,
You lay them
you-
on top.
take it out of the.
Same with tomato,
You take it out of the freezer.
and then a little spice sauce on top.
You read the back of the box and you say, "Okay, how long do I microwave this?" Cool. You put it in the microwave. You eat it. You're done. It's
no.
like one step.
No, I'd rather have the slice of bread.
But at that point, you could just make actual taquitos.
What?
Like
No, I can't make
it's
actual
just
taquitos.
a tortilla wrapped around ground beef.
It's a very
You can make
specific tortilla,
taquitos.
and the ground beef is seasoned very, 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 very
in
carefully.
season.
It is seasoned. It's not just meat
Oh,
in there.
seasoned. I thought you said in season. I was like, it's not a fruit, Adrian. Ground beef is always in season.
Ah, that's dark.
Well, this was quite a tangent.
Yeah. I don't even know what the question was.
We hope
Actually,
we
I don't want
answered
to.
your question, Magnus. But we have to move on.
We do have to move on.
Thank you, Siege Roots.
Hello.
So 110 blood letters, Skull Taker, Bloodmaster, Bloodthirster, all for less than $300. Did I just teal my way into a new army? Still need to paint my Marines, though.
Oh, do you though? And I don't know if these blood letters and thirsters and everything are painted, but if they're not, it's a really easy army to paint.
It is.
Nice.
Specifically the corn stuff too.
Yeah. Spray it red.
Done.
Spray it with Nuln Oil.
Oh.
Done.
Nice.
Gotta make it grungy.
And then sprayed again with blood for the blood god.
Well, the blood
But
god.
like, just like splatter. Just
Yeah,
like,
just the whole mop. Just drench
just
them.
on the front.
Maybe just dip them in it actually.
Well,
Here we go.
now we've crossed the line. Thanks again, Siege Roots. Whoops, forgot to add Gun Turtle, take my energy.
Gun turtle.
Anyone who doesn't glue these Invictors holding the heavy bolter sideways is doing it incorrect. I agree. When I was building
wrong.
our Invictors,
Yeah.
I was specifically instructed by Brian only to do one holding the heavy bolter. And I was like, Brian, it's so cool. Why can't I? And he was like, no, it's kind of goofy.
It's so
I was like,
goofy.
yes, but it's so cool, Brian. Dreadnoughts have never wielded pistols before. And it's a heavy bolter as a pistol. That's awesome. He was like, no, it's too goofy. Only do one. You're right, Siege Roots. Always model them holding the pistol sideways.
Yep.
It's true.
Otherwise, they're not going to hit. You can't even shoot the heavy bolter.
Can't even shoot. How do
That's
you
the
know your
rule.
model's shooting? Yeah.
You can't do it.
You don't know.
Flip side, though, when he's holding the heavy bolter, he doesn't get to use his fist in combat. So,
It's true. Yeah, we're gonna do pistol whip someone with a giant pistol.
Ooh, that's a good point.
That's not gonna kill anyone.
He can still pistol whip. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Nathaniel. Hey there, Titans. Been watching since Necron's released and can't wait for my terrain sets. But a Necron question for you. With the changes to secondaries, how strong or weak are Hexmark destroyers?
Changes the secondary.
Let's see.
So Rod, you need a lot of them now. You need 6 Hexmark destroyers to Rod and guarantee it.
Don't they come in groups of
5?
No.
No. Guys, Hexmarks.
Yeah, those are the.
Oh, that's a
pistol.
character.
And he's a character.
Yeah, you threw
So
me
you
off.
can't
You threw
RNG
me
that.
off.
I did throw you off. I was thinking the
You can't
sniper guy.
engage with him anymore, which is a bummer though.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's the main secondary I think that he's been hit by. I think to me it's still a meta question,
Yeah, that's where my head went.
right? Like what in the given moment are they going to be good at going after?
Can't kill much against custodes.
Well, all right. Let's. Everybody's always the enemy number one has been Custodes for too long, guys.
Yeah.
Think Eldar, think Tyranids, think Harlequins.
I'm thinking about Eldar right now, especially because they are fragile bodies that come in and out of reserve constantly.
Yeah.
And that's like his MO.
Oh, the Conflagration Cannon
Yeah.
will just, it's not, it's Conflagration Pistol or whatever.
Yeah.
It'll just pick them up.
Because especially with those invulns, the mortal wounds are very, very
And he's
interesting.
strength 6, isn't he? His pistols?
I forget, but
I think he wins T3 on 2s.
yeah. So he'd be great for that.
I think he's going to come back into fashion, but not for secondaries.
Yeah.
Right.
If anything, it hurts your opponent's secondaries because you can like chip off his
Rod.
R&D guy.
R&D.
R&D, you can chip off key characters. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
That's actually really, I hadn't even thought about that. Huh. We'll have to give him a go.
Yeah, we gotta get back on the channel. He's super cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Caldorf. AOS Monday has me stoked for Soulblight Gravelords. If I want to lean into skeletons and vampires, what is the best dynasty and leader options? Thanks for all you do.
Oh, thanks, Keldorf. So, Virkos for sure. It's funny when Zach talks about Virkos. He's like, oh, they're like the popular good option. Don't let them do the hipster nonsense. Like, play what you like and what matches what you want to play.
They're good.
They're great. And
I would do it.
They're good for both because your vampire casters get to reroll their casts, and then your summonables get +1 to wound. They're blood angels all the time. And that's really great for all that stuff. You know, that's why I have the Grave Guard because I love it for that. So for sure, Virkos. I feel like there's another part of it.
Leaders. Best dynasty and leader options.
So they're great also because you have access to all the named leaders. They're kind of like the Ultramarines of Soulblight Gravelords right now. And there's a lot of great options, frankly. I like Radikar because he comes with the wolves. I think Belladama is great, again, with the changing of the meta because of her ability. She's just a good caster. She has great utility, and she has the ability to turn someone into a wolf in combat. So you can shut off Unleash Hell. You can shut off like the Fight First on Fire Slayers. Lots of interesting tricks. So I actually was leaning away from her before, but with these new battle tomes, I'm like, maybe she might be the tech in there. Those are the main ones. There are other good interesting characters for them. I would recommend a Vampire Lord of some sort. Or I would say this. I'd recommend someone that has a +1 attack ability. So
the command ability, yeah.
Command ability. So Radikar has the bubble of +1 attack. Vampire Lord on foot has the +1 attack. It's a bit more limited, but he's also cheaper. So yeah,
Radikar's awesome.
He's
What a cool dude.
He's cool. Rad.
He should be a monster, though.
He should be a monster.
It's weird, 12 wounds. He should be a monster.
He's 12 wounds. It's
Should
so
be.
awkward. The Necromancer would be like, okay, I'll put on the monster mask and do the running secondary as a fake monster.
It must be that like he has 8 and his 2 little imps have 2 each. And that's
You're
why
right.
they made him 12.
You're right.
And that's why they made him not
He's
a
just on a
monster.
big. He's like a boss battle technically. Interesting.
Silly. It's silly.
Interesting.
I don't like it. Thanks, Digital Designer.
Oh, ayo.
Evening Titans, Adepticon update. I ended the day 2-2. Congrats.
That's awesome.
Against Harleys, Tau, Custodes, and Death Guard
Oh,
in that order. Lost first 2, but pulled it back. John, the null deploy did work against Borkan Tau again. Kept it to an 83-77 loss. Also,
that's
go
really nice.
Guard.
Nice, dude.
That's a really
Congrats.
good loss against Tau.
Amazing game.
And that's a rough, just
Strength of schedule.
yeah, strength of schedule is
Tough
what I was looking
opponents.
for. Yeah,
Oh my god.
you literally played the top 3 armies.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
Yeah.
Hey, congrats on those wins. That's awesome.
yeah.
Jeez.
All that's missing is Tyranids. Like if you swap Death Guard for Tyranids, you played the 4 strongest armies
Yeah.
in the game right now.
That's absolutely brutal.
Jeez.
Hopefully having a good time and great showing.
Yeah, Digital Designer's been in chat hanging out. He said he had a good time.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm glad.
That's the most important.
I
right?
can't believe after 4 games, they're still like hanging out and watching more Warhammer. I would be so exhausted
Yeah,
at
you
the
guys
end
are
of the
wild.
day.
Well, it's
I'd
also
be
in Chicago, so it's
dead.
even later.
Dude.
Right, it's like midnight there.
Yeah.
Man.
Wild.
Commitment.
That 4th game, you must be exhausted.
Yeah.
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 4 is horrible. I see people saying Chattakar in chat. You're right.
Chattakar.
Chattakar.
Thanks, Cultist Chan. Hey, Titans. Was just spreading the gentle message of chaos and wanted to say hi from the Adepticon crew. 2-2 for me. AOW Adam, last opponent, was amazing.
That's awesome.
Art of War.
Art of War.
Adam.
Yeah.
He played.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
That's awesome.
Oh my god. Adam's a great guy and a ton of fun to play.
Wow,
against.
does that mean Adam was 2-2? Must have been sharks in the water, huh?
No, that would mean he's 3 and
yeah.
1.
Or
Oh, if it was the final round?
or
Oh, I see. Oh.
could
I
be 1 and 3.
see. Wait. Last opponent.
Well, there's no way to know, probably.
There's no way to know.
There's no way to know.
But Adam either won that game or he lost that game.
That's a fact. That's true.
That's true.
There's been a few upsets, I think, so far. It's cool.
Dude,
It's
my
always
bet.
shaking it up.
My bet's on Cultist Chain in that matchup.
Cultist Chain that matchup?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You got a Cultist Chain.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. What a crossover.
Yeah. Chaos on chaos.
Yeah. And again, hopefully having a great time.
Yeah. Seems like everybody's having a good time.
We're missing out.
We are missing out, but there's just so much going on.
I know. We can't go to all of them.
So far, we do have to make it out to the East Coast at some point. There's so many East Coast viewers who are like, "Hey, when are you guys gonna ever come
know.
here?"
I know. Well, I definitely want to go to, if Goonhammer does their East Coast one again next year, I want to go because that was a lot of fun and want to support those guys in that venue because it was really cool. So, look, that was in like September, so I'll at least be there then.
So this is Adepticon. What's the other? There's another big East Coast
Nova.
one. Nova.
Yeah.
When's Nova?
I don't remember.
Will I'll probably be not here. So much of the year, I'm just not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll check a
It's
look.
too much. It's too much.
Ah.
Thanks, Paul. Should I change a jump interrogator chaplain? What? Hold on.
Sorry, I'm reading Cultist Chain.
I like how you assume Adam won.
Which he did.
No.
8,900.
Oh,
That's a good
that's a
game.
really good
8,900?
game.
Right? That's high
Jesus.
scoring, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Woo.
Oh gosh.
Wow, we.
So Paul.
Okay,
start us
so
again.
the thing that messed me up is the ordering. Okay.
Right.
So, no, they are ordered correctly. Okay, should I change a jump interrogator chaplain, blade guard ancient, and ravenwing apothecary for Belial, a deathwing ancient, and a terminator apothecary to get in a deathwing combat squad, DWCS?
Command squad.
Belial and Azrael allows 4 Sorg slots. No need for Azrael because of Thunderhammer Storm Shield. Worried about Death Jester and Elf Ranger snipers, but would lose speed. 2-1 scoring 274 points last weekend. RTT with 40 termies.
Nice. Oh wow, 274 off 3 games.
That's a lot of points.
That's really good.
That's a lot of
I mean, so just for context, guys, a tournament's going to be 300 points. So
Possible.
possible. So Paul only missed out on 16 between the 3 games. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Great.
26.
26.
26.
26 between 3 games, which is great.
I wouldn't be certainly not Rangers. I wouldn't be worried about
Don't know about
Rangers.
The Death Jester is insane.
That's just scary, but like, what can you do, really?
You can have transhuman, which you do. That cuts down.
You just automatically get transhuman, yeah.
Yeah. And your invulns are great. It's an AP 2, so just having good saves will help. I think you just have to be tough, and you need to be out of line of sight. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
So
does it justify switching your characters to Terminators to avoid the Death Jester? I don't think so. I think it's one matchup, and the way to play against it is to play around it, not to build a list against it.
Yeah, and I think things like the jump interrogator chaplain, which Paul mentions, he's sacrificing speed for durability. But as I was just mentioning, I think speed is a good form of durability, right?
Yeah.
Be completely hidden. That's the only way you can't die them if you can't see you.
Yeah.
So be hidden and be able to jump out there and be aggressive and get that counterpunch on them. If you are constantly chasing them around, then that'll be tougher. I agree.
Yeah.
When is Labor Day?
It's September.
When is LGT?
Last year it was September 25th.
So those are probably the same time, which means I probably can't go to Nova.
Nova, LGT. Oh, that's right. Nova is always in the fall then.
Yeah.
Well, and it was also the Las Vegas team tournament last year too. Remember, it was a horrible confluence of things.
That was a
Oh,
lot.
wow.
It was really
Why
unfortunate.
is everything always happening at the same time?
Yeah. And Mel's birthday too. Wow.
Yeah, biggest of them all.
Biggest of them all.
John, you were going to say something?
No, I
Before
was
I
just going
ask
to say on the Death Jester thing, yeah, you just got to play the line side game.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's the only way.
And Elf Rangers, you're probably more scared of their -2 to charge D3 mortals
Right.
Yeah.
than the actual sniping itself.
Yeah.
So happy when I sniped out that enemy Shadowseer Sunday's tournament. It was amazing. It was
Dude.
I was
big.
Harlequins and he was like Harlequins with some Ulthway. And he had the Shadow Seer. I was like, I had a Shadow Seer. And I like get first turn. I'm like, fine. Let's see what we can do. Like redeploy. Void Reavers move over. Death Jester moves over. I'm like, okay, if I don't kill the Shadow Seer, I'm gonna be out of range with all my shurikens because it's -6. I'm like, let's do this. Only hitting on 4s because he's light, of course. And I'm like, every 6 is 3 additional hits.
Yep. So it's 4. Every 6 is 4 hits.
4 hits. I roll 6, 4, 6.
Whew.
And I have a Warlord trait to turn one of those into another 6. So it's like, boom, 12 hits. Wounding on 2s going to 3s. And just
Boy.
crazy. And popped him. And then we unleashed hell with the shirt. It was so beautiful. He's just like, what? I was like, what? This is crazy. Oh, man.
Now you know how to counter.
And we talked about it. It was tough because they are so maneuverable. The main thing, the only way to get around it in that game actually was to have picked a specific piece of terrain that's a closed L and put it at that spot.
Yeah.
So other than that, the Harlequin's going to be very, very, maneuverable. So be totally, completely hidden, and you'll be fine.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
Crates are your friends there. I think I hid my last character in my last game.
Yeah.
With just a crate, just a character behind a crate.
Oh. Fair enough.
Well, thanks again, Sarah. Follow-up. Finished dinner, got free Dairy Queen.
Oh, sounds great.
And went to watch Digital win his last game of the night, 76-75. Super epic game. Melody and I finished 1 and 2. Digital Designer finished 2 and 2. Team tournament Saturday. That's the main event.
That is the main
That's
event, actually.
so fun.
That's what you go to Adepticon for.
Nice.
That's super fun. I love how y'all went to dinner, got ice cream, and then came back and watched him finish his game.
It's real dedication. While watching our game.
Exactly.
A lot of Warhammer going on.
Well, and poor Digital is like playing this whole 4th game in a row while this is all happening.
Did you get
And
me
they're
a Dairy
standing there
Queen?
with like blizzards
Yeah.
over
How's
his
it
shoulder.
going?
Like, you should have done this.
Playing Adam though, so there's that. Who we know is a complete chore to play against. Yeah.
Thanks, Matthew. Super random. How much money do I need to donate to get more Iandan lists on the tabletop? The rule is super interesting to me. What's your take?
Yeah. So Matthew, I don't know if you remember, we did one game with it.
Yep.
And we're super impressed with it.
Yeah.
Seems pretty good.
It was our Necron game, right?
It was Necrons versus Iandan.
That's what sold us on Wraith. I'm actually running Wraith in my current list.
Yep.
Not as Iandan.
You took them to a tournament.
But yeah, they're really, really good.
They're super scary.
Iandan, yeah, you got to build around it, You got to really go into the durability aspect of Craft World. Craft World is just so glass cannon. It's so easy to take what's good and lean into that. And to go the other route feels a little unnatural. Right. But you can definitely do it. You can definitely do it.
Well, we'll definitely play it again. Certainly once one of the two of us gets one of our Wraith Knights up to snuff for the stream. Everyone wants to see that, It's got to be Iandan.
I was going to say, like maybe a more vehicle-heavy list, Wraith-heavy list, obviously.
Yeah.
Can go Iandan.
Triple Wraith Knights.
Triple Wraith. It's the only way.
Triple Wraith Knight seems a bit excessive.
And then you take the Triple Forge World.
You can only have one Scathach? Isn't he named?
No. It just has a weird name for some reason.
Wait, hold on. Scathach is not a proper noun.
I'm surprised he so confidently said the name.
I was like, wow.
What?
The Scathach.
Scatacha.
It's a Scathach Wraith Knight.
Wait? Did we just not bother translating that one into like guard speak?
Yeah. It's just really big Orb Spider Wraith Knight.
Yeah.
That's what it stands for.
Weird.
Yeah.
in my native tongue.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Ogre Barbarian. Heyo.
Oh, yeah.
Gone 3-1 with this recently, with combined scoring 345 to 235.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
Any thoughts? It's an orc list.
Cool.
Snake bites.
Nice.
We have Mozrog. 2 Weird Boys, 2 Kill Rigs, 3x5 Squig Hogs, 3x5 Commandos, 2x10 Beast Snagga Boys, 10 Grots, 2x5 Tank Busters, a Squigoth, and 5 Burnas. You had me until the Squigoth.
This is a dope list. No, so Ogre Barbarian we were talking about this the other day.
Right, he's making the Squigoth work.
They're open topped. They're T8. Which at first I was like, why don't you just take a Battle Wagon? Battle Wagon's only T8 if they're not open topped. So you put them in there and it's relatively well priced. They have a 3-up save now. And here with Snake Bites, of course, they have the semi-transhuman.
Oh, so you can't wound it on 2s?
No.
Wait, what in the world was wounding it on 2s?
It's transhuman for what was it? Certain types of weapons or something. I'm blanking on it.
It's not Ramshackle, is it?
It's not. It's ramshackle, but for transhuman.
So strength 7 and less?
Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Because that was winning it on 5s.
Hold on.
It's T8.
I'm not making a good case for you, Archer.
So you put the tank busters in it? Is that the idea?
Yeah, the tank busters go inside.
So it's like an unkillable tank buster platform, and because it's Titanic, it can fall back, shoot, and charge.
No. So this isn't the gargantuan Squiggoth.
Oh, it's the normal.
This is a normal Squiggoth.
Is that whole 10?
What?
That little.
Yeah, they can
holds
really
10?
just cram him in there, you know. So I also, you said this word unkillable. I think that's maybe a little extreme, but
Okay.
but it's like surprisingly well costed for the role.
I know what you're laughing at.
So, let's see. I was just pulling up snake bite rules. Snake bites. I love this list. I think it's actually really good. Plays the missions.
One thing I would say is I would try to get the commandos up to 6-mans.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
Don't say drop the Squiggoth.
No, definitely don't drop the Squiggoth. Like, that's the list. That's the heart of the list. I don't think you can afford to cut the grots, because then it's not a... No, you could cut the 10 grots. And then you can make those 6-man commandos, and I would do that because that guarantees R&D.
Right.
And that's a really big deal.
Okay, yeah. So transhuman doesn't matter here, but it's a cool idea. It's transhuman unless you have strength 8 or more.
Right. So, so you put the tank busters in the Squiggoth. It rides around. They're pretty much untouchable until it dies. And other than that, you have a lot of pressure on the board.
Yep.
You've kill rigs and Squighogs, and you're in their face all the time.
And the Squiggogs have transhuman, and remember, they're also getting +1 to wound with snake bites.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's good. I'm into it. Alrighty, just a couple here at the end. Thanks, Siege Roots. Still waiting for GW to ship me Sicarius, Telion, and Cronus.
Oh, man.
I don't think I'll be playing them until the Ultramarine Codex drops. And even then, who knows, since they squatted them, we shall see.
Oh.
You should reach out to GW's support, because their support is actually pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you ordered those a long time ago.
Like before they...
The last call was...
Yeah.
Their support might not... If it's out of production, they might not be able to send it to you. But they'll at least
Might not be
refund you.
possible.
They'll at least refund you,
Yeah,
okay?
them up.
And...
Hold them to it.
That's so sad.
but that... It's not super uncommon to order things directly from GW and then not receive them.
Yeah, the direct stuff, I know Brian's had some nightmares, especially ever since COVID. So, unfortunately, these are things that you have to get direct, so...
Weirdly,
okay.
the thing we learned is... Because we know there's no bulk discount at GW.
Yeah.
All of their big boxes are, like, just add up the prices of the thing.
Most
So
of them, yeah.
if you make a bunch of separate purchases, you are less likely to lose things, because if one thing in your cart can't be sent, they won't send the whole cart. That's what we've learned
Yeah.
through talking to support on multiple occasions. But then I think you pay shipping separately.
Yeah, I was going to say, then
It's
you
a
pay
lose-lose.
shipping, yeah.
It's a lose-lose. I don't know.
Wait, yeah. So you want them all to be held up?
No, you don't. I would split it up so that
Yeah.
if one thing
So-
doesn't make
right.
it,
At least we
you
get
the other
like 2
stuff.
out of 3.
Oh, make separate orders, right?
Right, but then you pay shipping on all of them.
Yeah.
So
You can force them to ship it. I know that's what Brian ended up doing. They're like, yeah, we're just waiting to ship, it was a heavy destroyers. And
Yeah.
he's like, can you just send the rest? They're like, yeah, sure, why not? He's like, what?
Good.
he ordered them in February.
Okay.
Oh.
That's not.
Maybe
Well, I
they're
guess
just being
that's kind of,
slow.
that's kind of a long time ago.
That is a while ago. Yeah, I would hit them up again. They had, like Bert just said, their support is actually pretty good. It's just
Yeah.
the default state of things for some of that stuff is not amazing.
Yeah. And last one of the night. Thanks, Ian.
Yo.
When are we going to see the Thousand Suns back on the channel? Also, do you see Harlequins being
This.
nerfed to the ground? Almost forgot. G'day, mates. $7 reduce.
Oh, thanks so much.
G'day, Ian.
Hey.
Which one do you want to take first? T-Suns? Should we adjust that?
So T-Suns, do I throw Zach under the boat or not? Maybe
Walking on eggshells here.
only halfway. Yeah, like Zach's very busy. They're on his queue. He wants to get them done. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to play them too. It's a cool army. It's just not the highest priority. There's like so much stuff.
Yeah, it's tough when we have these constant releases with new models we have to get done. So anyways, they are in the queue. They're going to get done for sure. If you are a member, you're more likely to see them sooner because we can run the 80,000 Suns list using the collection we have now, but it'd be like Magnus and some other stuff. It'd be a weird list.
It's a weird one.
It'd be the kind of weird list where I wouldn't want someone on the internet seeing and be like, 1,000 Suns, clicks on it and is super upset and disappointed because it's a weird list. So we're most likely to play it as a members night when everyone knows
knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Well said, well said.
Yeah.
Harlequins.
I think we shouldn't jump to conclusions, not just because I'm a Harlequin person, but I think points can fix them if anything.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, remove these rules. They shouldn't have turn-off rules and this. I'm like, nah.
No.
Look, Void Weavers go up by 20 points. You're good.
Troops need to go up, I think. I think troops are pretty well understood to be undercosted.
I think.
No, people aren't spamming them. Like, they're not the problem right now.
Right.
They're
amazing.
but it's one of those AdMech Drukhari situations where, like, okay, you bring down Void Weaver points, or you bring up Void Weaver points, and now people will spam troops because they are just under that power level. And if you bring this down, then they're still sticking up way too good.
Would you bring up? So right now they're 13 base. They're 5 points for the weapon. Could you see bringing up one of those more than the other?
I think the chassis is better than the weapon, to be honest. Like 5 points seems reasonable for the weapon, but 13 points for that chassis is nuts.
Yeah.
They have how many attacks?
4.
That's amazing. 4 attacks with an invuln.
It's the invuln.
And they all have fly.
No, they don't fly.
They have pseudo fly.
They have pseudo fly.
They nerf that, but yeah.
Yeah.
They
did nerf it.
Their base move 8.
8, yep.
And they advance and charge all the time?
When they feel like it.
And fall
Right.
back, yeah.
So, right.
Oh, but they also, if they want to, they can fall back and charge too.
Right. So that 13-point
also
chassis.
It's a decision.
So that 13-point chassis does pretty much everything you would ever want them to do at 50% under the cost that you would expect.
50?
Yeah, I think 18 points. Because you look, okay.
18? That is insane.
Is it insane?
Yeah, literally.
Is it insane
Yeah.
though?
So you think
Look at the Aspect Warriors.
You think the troops are the problem?
Aspect Warriors aren't
not.
OBSEC unless you have their guy. That's a big deal.
Sure.
Unless you have their Phoenix Lord.
18 points is way too much.
Is it?
Yeah.
For troops.
Yeah, that's my stance.
You're right in that they should be fixed with points. Don't take away their tools. They're supposed to have a lot of tools. They're supposed to be super dynamic. I think it's the transports. 80 points or 90 points?
80 for the transports.
Yeah, 80 for the transports.
90 for
Look, the whole book could be undercosted.
And the
like,
Void-
we can agree
It is,
that all of it could be
Right, right.
undercosted.
Yeah, that's
but I
right.
think we're all in agreement that points could fix this.
Yeah, I think the rules are fine.
Yeah.
Could be wrong, obviously, but at first blush, that's what it feels like.
I think with small model line codexes like Harlequins and like Custodes, you need to bring in extra rules that you get to choose between to give you some of that flexibility that other armies get just from having a ton of units.
Yeah.
But it becomes problematic when you see the Drukharis and AdMechs of the world who get a ton of units and all of this rule layering and flexibility on top of all their
Yeah,
units.
you got to be really careful when it's a small model line.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we perfectly answered that question.
I think so.
And
very relevant. What a one to end on. Awesome.
That was the last question.
Well, that was an awesome chat. A wonderful game. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Richard, you did a great job producing.
Oh, thank you.
Good job.
Stuff that's coming up, as we mentioned, we got a big surprise for you guys on Saturday. It's going to be a super fun, wild, and wacky game between Zach and I, featuring his favorite army, the Tav, versus my favorite army, the Orcs. And let me tell you, we're real excited. Other than that, on Monday, we're back with Sig Mondays. The Tales from Gur continue, featuring the Fire Slayers versus the Cute Boys. Super exciting. We'll have a vote up for next Tuesday, so keep an eye on that. Lots of exciting stuff coming up. Thanks guys so much. We'll catch you next time on the Tabletop. Bye.